Hello, wolves. Hello. Hope you're good. And as per usual, please confirm that you can hear me and see me. How are you doing? On this fine Tuesday. So weird to be live on a Tuesday. Usually I work at it's 8 p.m. for me, and usually I'm still at work until midnight. So it's kind of weird. But I was there this morning. I had to do the morning shift. So yeah, I can hear and see. Nice. Literally finished this as the clock struck 8. Nice. We love that. We'll be here for chills and hangs, even if I haven't read it. It happens, and thank you for hanging out with us a little bit. But oh, hi, Pax. Thank you. Hope you're good. Eminence. Sergeant McTavish of your Imperial Guard reporting for duty. I love it. I love it. Okay, so I need to. So I have the book here. I have not finished it. I have just like that tiny bit left or something like that. I did not finish it, not because I didn't have time, but just because I decided to put it down because lots of things happened. And I kept reading the pages and I kept rereading them because I could not compute anything. I could not retain any kind of information from the ending. And I have probably forgotten a few things just because like lots of things happened. But I still have like things to talk about, things to share because I really have like I've read it on my ebook because the book just got here today. And I'm on chapter 42. So I have like 20 pages left. 30 pages left, something like that. So really not that much. So when we get to the spoiler part, feel free to spoil it for me. Had to split it up to 2.6 in the final half hour. Oh my god, you did better than I. I have been doing the rehearsal planning and the whole quizzes thing, so I totally understand. I hope it's going well. I think you sent me something. Now I remember it. Oh my gosh. Don't hesitate to like harass me in a friendly way. I will do that tonight. I will do that tonight. I need to check it. Who has finished it? All three of us, then at least. Except me. My water, yes. It was climactic at the end there. I feel like you can straight away go into your opinion regarding the book. Of course, spoiler free first, just in case anyone minds the spoilers. We'll get into the spoilery part after. But just as an overall thought regarding that book and to rebound of what you've just said, I feel like this entire book, I was expecting certain things to happen. And it was pretty much always the opposite of what I was expecting. So this book was for me till I couldn't read it and couldn't retain the information anymore. Insanely addictive just because I wanted, like, at that point, I was like, okay, I want one thing that I think is going to happen to actually happen. But I kept being surprised. And I feel like it was addictive also because I loved reading about like the characters we read about in the first book. I love the point of views, even if there was like some different like dynamic in it, but I felt like the overall thing was really addictive. I don't know if you agree or not with that. Let me know if you preferred it to the first one, if you're still planning on reading the last one, because yes, I will finish it so we can still read the third one. And yeah, let me know your overall thoughts regarding it. Mm. But still, it's important that I check. I was not mad keen on book one, but I really enjoyed book two. I feel like in book two, I don't even want to say that the pacing was fast or anything, and the chapters were quite the same, like lengthwise and information wise and things like that. But I felt like in this one, as we know a bit more about the world and everything, we we still need to learn things, obviously. Um, but I felt like I was more enjoying the story than trying to understand things, even if there are many things we still need to understand and learn and discover and blah blah blah. But also, I felt like the characters in this one were a bit different in a way that um, some of them you could see how strong they were, but also how vulnerable they were at the same time. You could see like different aspects or layers or whatever. And I felt like it added a lot more. I cared way more as well, even though I loved the first book. Um, but yeah, I don't know whether I enjoyed more than the first, but I definitely enjoyed Valiant more. Yes. I have, I think, some notes regarding that. Wasn't it? Um, I have like, where was it? Yeah, Fali and Ranami. I love like the dynamic um and everything. Yeah. And then as well as you have some surprises to come there. Yeah. Oh, I love that. Yeah. Always. Always. The pacing felt quite consistent throughout highs and calms. Yes, I feel like there was like a nice, I almost want to say lullaby, but you know how the waves like goes and come, blah 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 blah. So it felt like that. So it really felt like, oh, it comes down. Oh, there is something. And also I felt like it was full of like betrayals and things like that, like heartbroken and blah blah blah. So I felt like it was all kinds of highs and all kinds of like calmer moments. And it wasn't always the same thing, if that makes sense, you know? So I kind of enjoyed the variety of it. But yeah, if I didn't already have book two and your book club read along on the decks, I might not have continued after book one. I'm glad I did though. Jumping to get to book three now. Yes, especially because book three has come out as a paperback now, or is about to come out as a paperback in November or something like that. I cannot remember exactly, but yeah. But she's quite a contrast to Ranami, which played out well. Yeah, yeah. But I think like the dynamic and everything and all the stories and all the chapters we've read were quite interesting. And also, like the main difference I would say between the first book and the second book, through like if you want to focus on the point of views that we were reading about, I feel like in the first one, whenever we read about point of views, it was like the different point of views and that's it. But here maybe I'm completely wrong because I don't remember enough from the first one, but I felt like in this one the stories intertwined and the characters actually came in action, if that makes sense. So, like their paths crossed, or is it just like an impression I have and I'm completely wrong with it? There was plenty of mystery for me, artifacts, secret passages, hidden knowledge. That's was gold to me. Yep. Yep. And revelations and secrets being um spoken, outspoken, like discovered and things like that. And I honestly felt for some the majority of the characters, but also I understood the drowning empire title. I was just like, oh my god. Book three is about to come out, I think. Don't recall when. End of this month, maybe. Yeah, I think it was around Halloween. Maybe I will be like, wait. I think the third one is. Mm, how can I check that? Audiobook, paperback. Yes. Wait. Paperback first published April 2023? Maybe it's not like the same edition. Oh, there is another paperback. April 18. I thought it was October as well. I might be wrong then. I don't know. But also, what I'm seeing is that, like, the first book got a rating of 4.03 and was rated by, on average, 25K people. And the second one has a rating of 4.11 and was rated for a little over 9,000 people. So it's still like a pretty high rating for a sequel. Of course, only people who enjoyed, I mean, the majority of the time when you read the sequel is because you have really enjoyed the first one or something, or you're still intrigued or whatever. So I always like pay attention to the rating of the sequel, whatever, for that reason. But at the same time, it means that it wasn't worse than the first one, which is good too. But yeah, so that's pretty impressive, I want to say. Oh, the name Ranami is gonna break me after starting Jujutsu Kaisen. Oh, there is someone named Ranami in that one. Oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, there was so much crossover between perspectives in this one rather than having everybody spread out and separate. Yeah, and I think that's also what I liked about it, because you know how we always say that any narration, unless it's like the third person's point of view, whatever, the omniscient kind of point of view, that you can never really trust them, because even us as human, we do understand things the way we want to understand them sometimes, and we are full of emotions. And when you are talking to someone with emotions, or when you are listening to someone while you're having a lot of emotions, whatever, you might understand things differently, you might perceive things differently. So you always say that the point of view might not be objective, might not be you cannot like always believe them, if that makes sense. And the fact that you could see the different point of views intertwined, and etc., I love that, because you get like the point of view from different people, and you have the point of view they have on each other and things like that, and you see the different scenes, and sometimes you can see the different scenes through everyone's eyes at the same time, or not at the same time, but you can read one point of view after the other point of view. And I kind of like that, because also it allows me to just like, because maybe the main character, let's say, said something a certain way and thought it was perceived that way, and then the other one's going to be like, oh, but because of the facial expression or whatever, I understood it that way, or that person was not comfortable sharing that, whatever, like whatever. I like that, I do like that, and I feel like that's one of the main thing why I felt like way more impacted by everything, and I really cared about everything. Just and I did cross, but that was all. That's all. I thought it was more than that. Of course, we have the what's the name of the guard and blah 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 things, captain and blah blah, blah. Jovis and Lynn. So their point of view, but it was already in first one and things like that, right? Their point of views was, oh, I thought it was more than that, but yeah, maybe I just perceived it. Oh, okay, 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 okay. Sorry, yeah. And there's your own or 6 book deal recently ish, so they must have. Wait, what? For that series? 6 books? Oh, I thought it was a trilogy. Or is it for another series? Oh, yeah. Also, one character calls him by the nickname Nanamen. That's cute. Does it mean something? I don't know. I felt the crossover was thing going in parallel, connected and converging. I could see the strands pulling together, whereas everything felt separate in first book. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So I had a strong perspective preference from book one, but I much enjoyed all of them more here in book two. Say preferred Lynn and Jovis when they weren't smooching behind you. I love Murphy. How do you say Miffy or Murphy? I like Jovis' point of view. I liked um it's always easier to say, did you not enjoy one particular point of view? I don't think there was one point of view I did not enjoy, honestly. No, oh, a new series, 6 books. Or was it Six Figures in Cash? Six comes to mind. She did well. Oh. I mean, whatever it was, whether it's the 6 books or Six Figures or whatever, I am really impressed and happy for them. Just a cute nickname, which is funny because he's a super serious character. It's always like these, even like in like mangas or like other kind of TV, especially in TV shows. I feel compared to like movies or whatever, but in mangas or any kind of animes or like animation or anything, like the grumpy one or the one who prefers to be left alone or the outcast or whatever, when they have a cute nickname, it kind of like breaks their seriousness in some way and it makes them even more lovable. So I love that. I love that. In book one, I was most disinterested in Falu and Ranami. I say Falu. I cannot remember how you said. I think I listened to the other book, the first one as well. Cannot remember for the sake of me. But I didn't have such a strong and wide preference this time around. Okay. Okay. But you were most disinterested by in these point of views, but was it okay this time? Six-figure deal indeed for a new epic fantasy trilogy. Ooh. Oh well, it's a series, not specifically trilogy. Okay. But we got the six here. Six-figure deal. Wow. That's impressive. That's impressive. Especially because usually they don't really share those numbers, right? I don't know. Um like I don't know if I can say that actually because I had like a um uh, where was it? Lynn's point of view. Like I have something to say about Lynn's point of view, but I don't know if it would be like. I guess it would not be spoilery. Like it would be spoilery if you had not read the first book. But I feel like, but maybe not in this one. You can really see Lynn's. Like you can see a huge difference between book one and book two. I feel like in one, Lynn wants to be in that position, wants to take that position, wants to take the responsibilities, wants to like prove things, etc. And I feel like in this one, you don't have just like a kick-ass character who rules everything like properly, everything is tip top, everything is like I don't know, the strongest character who you can see actually leading things and making decisions and making like hard decisions and things like that. I feel like in this one it was a bit more how can I say that? You like the author developed their perspective on what ruling was, and you could see that they still wanted that, but at the same time they did not want that, they struggled with it, you know what I mean? So I love when there is like realistic struggling for a character, especially when you're ruling things and you don't have half of the information, that things might turn into chaos at every second. And I kind of I kind of like that. I kind of like the fact that you could see like the top two point of views, like the two aspects of what he's ruling. Feel like you want that position because you think first you deserve it. It's your inheritance, and you were born to do that, and you want to prove people that you are at the right place. But at the same time, you kind of realize along the way that ruling is not just ruling. It's like way more difficult than that. It's way more complicated, and you have to manage people and, things like that. So I like that. I feel like in the first one we did not understand her point of view regarding that. Um but yeah, I don't know. Book 2 was much more involving from every point of view. Yeah. The Gods Below series. Ooh, let me check. The Gods Below. Ooh. Ancient Magic. Ooh. Battles between gods. So basically, we have Hakara, who is a young woman searching for her missing sister and who will do anything to find her, even lead a rebellion against the gods themselves. Sounds promising. Sounds promising. Even if I'm always like a bit. I'm like, whenever I see gods being involved in books, I don't know why, because usually I do enjoy those books, but I'm kind of like always like, okay, what should I expect? Am I gonna enjoy it? Am I gonna love it? Am I gonna like it? I always have like that little bit of apprehension when the word God is in the title for some reason, which is really bad because I don't see a reason why. But The Gods Below is the name of the series. We still don't have the name of the book, even though expected publication January 1st, 2024, which is not that far. We didn't need to spend so much time on establishing characters, so we just got down to business, and business was good. Yes, I agree with that. And as I said, always things happening unexpected, according to me, again, because I was not expecting things to happen the way it happened, pretty much the majority of the time. Um, but yeah, I still loved it. Lynn is fun, Rob like character, but not fighting ability. There is a good mix of character classes. Yeah, absolutely. Well, given that we learn he was more than a bit of one. Yeah. Linsu of her domain visiting the other islands was a bit thin, wandering up to an island castle and figuring out what the big chief and on each island was after played out very quickly. Yeah. 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 I see that. I see that. But at the same time, it was already like a chunky book. Chunky could be more. Like it's 540, something like that. 540. So yeah. In the first one, she's mainly just so focused on pleasing her father, proving herself worthy. Exactly, exactly. And I don't think she realized what it actually was. I don't think you ever do, unless you, especially with a father who's not open about everything. you know like when you have a father who's not open about everything, who's not transparent to you, who's not like teaching you everything and teaching you who to trust and how much you can trust the people you are actually trusting. Because like when we talk about trust, I do trust some people. Like I would tell them anything, like personal life, I would tell them anything or whatever. I know, I mean, they're not like that many. Like you can clone them on one hand, but like I could tell them anything, or pretty much anything, and I will be okay. I will not be like psyching or whatever, being like, are they going to tell anyone? Are they going to judge me or blah, 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 And then I have people I trust at work. 100% I trust them at work, but I don't trust them with my personal life. You know what I mean? So I feel like when you are in those kind of position, you should learn who you can trust for what. And there is like a nuance in it, because yes, I trust them with that. I trust her with that. I trust them with that. You know what I mean? And I think that's something those people who will be in those positions should be taught, if that makes sense. But yeah. I turn away from gods in books. So same for me with the apprehension. I don't know where. I don't know where, because usually I do love those books, especially because most of the time gods in the books or titles or whatever are just like part of their beliefs. It's not always about the gods. You're not gonna read about like the gods themselves. And I mean, I have a few books coming to mind that do that. But yeah, I don't know why. It's just like something. I do end up enjoying it, but let's get down to business. It will be more fun. Oh, what's the reference here? What is the reference? I forgot. I say clear from God in the title of Gods is more cool because fancy. Yeah. But do I have like I think also a book that I read. Oh, what? Wait, what is? Okay, that is the TBR. One of the strangest books I have read, The Raven Tower by Anne Leckie. You have gods in that book, and some gods are a stone, a mountain. I love the book because it was really weird. I still like whenever someone talks about gods, I'm just like, okay, what kind of gods? What kind of gods? Gods part of something? Is it about the gods? Is it like Norse mythology? You know what I mean? Like Neil Gaiman, things like that. But yeah, absolutely. Joyce was supposed to be the most interesting character in book two. No, I'm ruling on it. He has so many roles that he was trying to balance. He was right in the thick of everything. I think that Jovis um, will be a favorite of a lot of people. And I wrote somewhere um, um, that yeah, so one of my favorite, if not my favorite, even though Jovis was different in this book because godlike captains of the guard, something like that, and because of some relationships complications. Some things that are not like the easiest, let's say. And again, with trust and hiding things and learning how to trust and everything, I feel like I love when characters are playing like I know I should trust you, but I'm still gonna play with you. I'm still not gonna trust you completely and just hide things from you because it's so realistic, and also because you want to see how far they're gonna go. Um, and yeah, you're just there for the road. I grew up on fantasy books with gods, about Garia, the Mandarin, for example. Oh, and you still okay, but you still tend away. Hmm. Be a man. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm stupid, but let's get down to business. It will be more fun. Oh yeah, yeah. I particularly love the spelunking in the caves around Paris Islands when Joyce went looking for the old dude and found the Alanga artifact. I'm very into that aspect. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Was it like when was that? In which part of the book was that? Because I do remember something like that, but I do not remember something like that. But yeah. Yeah, gods feel like they have too much power. Yeah. I think like it's been half an hour. What do you think about diving into spoilers if we have anything like very specific to talk about? And also, do we have someone who has filled in the dun, 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 dun. Was there a yeah, there was like a oh yeah, we have three point of views. Oh no, two. One. Huh? Okay, so we do have something on the Google form. No worries. But didn't add comment because I would just repeat them. No worries. But yeah, I don't know if you have anything non-spoilery that you would still like to share. Otherwise, I think we might just jump into the spoilers. I ate here. No, 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 no. I'm gonna have it the whole evening now. Thank you very much. Sweet, I suspect you were short of time to write usual essay. Especially like finishing it like on the clock. But yeah, let's dive into spoilers, everyone. If you have not read it and do mind spoilers, be aware of that because they're coming. um I would let's go more efficiently. We will in like talk about spoilers with the Google form. I think that would be nice to do that. So when we talk about like characters, atmosphere, whatever, you can be like more specific in your answer, so we don't have to go through that after, if that makes sense. And so anyone who has not said anything could still participate as well. Is it big enough? I hope so. So uh sure. Okay. Carla. Okay, okay. Wait. I need to be here. Yeah, it's better. Okay, so what is your first time reading the book? We got two answers. Yes. I don't know. It says three answers up there, but there are never three answers. Never mind. In what format have you read the book? Mix. Ooh, who has read it in a mixed way here? I've only read it on my ebook. I did check if the audiobook was there, and the book arrived physically today. So, but I'm definitely gonna be continuing it. But I've read only the ebook. Has anyone listened to the audiobook? Yeah, of course, Cleo. But have you read it at the same time or not? Oh, okay. Also mix. Okay, and physical paperback. Okay. If you listen to the audiobook, how would you rate a narrator? Ooh, 3 out of 5 from someone. How did you enjoy the audiobook, Cleo? Have the ebook and audiobook. Okay. Ooh, hello. I got a physical book from my library and listened to the audiobook. Ooh, okay. Did you enjoy the audiobook? When you read an ebook, do you often upgrade to a hardback? Um, I would say I do for my favorite books, or I do put them on my wish list to eventually get them. But I need to really enjoy it. And more often, it will be for series because the first one I got it as an ebook, and I was just like, because it's a little bit less expensive. So I gave it a shot. And if I do enjoy the book and want to continue the series, then I would. Oh, we got 4 responses. Then I would get the books physically, hardback or paperback. It doesn't matter. But yeah. Didn't always read it at the same time. Fair. The male narrator I know from Dark Tower, and that made it somehow difficult to enjoy as I got flashbacks to that horror. Oh, oh no! I'm sorry. That's very unpleasant. Oh, oh yeah, that could happen. I can definitely see it happening. Oh, I'm sorry. Ugh. I did. Was very easy to listen to. Nice, nice. I think I listened to the audiobook of the first one, but it did not for the second one. But yeah. Okay, so 3 and 4. Nice. They did a great job keeping all of the characters' voices different and easy to recognize. Ooh, so not a full cast, but you could still like hear the difference. Nice. I love when you do that. Um, did you finish the book? Yeah. I guess I'm the only one who has not. So you're gonna spoil the end for me. Copa. Okay, okay, okay. So for characters, we have 171816. I will finish my rating when I'm finished with the book, but I think it's gonna be like a 4 stars for me overall. Um, but yeah, do you have anything sputtery regarding the characters, or would you like to add something to it? We already talked about like a few favorite point of views, the fact that they intertwined, that you could see a bit more about them, layered. Gio, you wanted to say, Tafti. Uh, Ooh, the Discord of God. Oh my gosh, that's another series I need to read. But you know what? Like that series, I feel like because the first one is Throne of King, right? So I feel like that series, I either want to read them one after the other, like binge read the series, or do something very specific for it. I don't know why. I just feel like that series needs something special. Well, you need to start first in order to claim not to have finished. That's very fair. That sounds very oh my gosh, I'm blanking. The wizard in The Hobbit or Lord of the Rings. Oh my gosh. It seems very him, like the nice one that goes to the Hobbit, that goes to Hobbiton and everything. How come I don't remember the name? I'm blanking. It seems like something he would actually say, doesn't it? Or maybe it's just my brain. Character 7, I was much more interested in this evolution of the characters now that we knew them. Hmm, absolutely makes sense. Is there something specific? I guess that some people would. The thing is that, again, I have not finished the book. There was a bit more romance ish than in the first book. I didn't feel like it was too overwhelming, but I can see it being a problem to some. No, Gandalf. Yes, absolutely right. Saruman or no, Radagast. No, it was like Gandalf. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You're right. I like Ranami going over to Gio to tell him off at the end because it was very annoyed at him trying to depose Lynn, but then also having her solve all of the issues he couldn't be bothered with. Wait, when you see at the end, where was it at the end? Like at the end that I have missed? Or I cannot remember. But I love when the characters do like they take positions. Yeah, he couldn't be bothered with. Yeah. Mm. The characters weren't discovering themselves so much in this book. Okay. Yeah. Romance wise, I didn't like the miscommunication after the first kiss. I honestly like something. I think it's like a trope that I do not enjoy in general. Whatever that is, it's the miscommunication thing. Whether it's romantic, whether it's in between like family members, friends, people in general. I don't like miscommunication. It's so believable because it happens all the time because people don't take the time to actually listen properly and to have a proper conversation about it. When someone says something you did not understand, we don't need you to interpret what they're saying, but you can just ask being like, oh, what did you mean with that? Like, could you just develop or whatever? um so miscommunication is something I do hate. It's it's it probably has something to do with the fact that I did study public relations, and communications is something, you know I don't know, like it's something I learned. I know that practical communication and communication work wise is different from the one you can have in your private life. But miscommunication is something that does bother me. Like it's no. I'm like, no. Okay. So yeah, I like miscommunication. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It's a trope I don't like. Or the two blue ones who were never heard from again. I was talking about Gandalf though. I don't know, somewhere in the last half hour listen to, yes, I did not read that. I did not read that. But I like that. It kind of makes sense, right? I kind of like it. It's kind of a way of like um supporting others. I do like it. Yeah, I really hate the smoochy pushy. It was so tedious and plot worthy. Pro bird in like an anime campaign. Yeah. Agree. Just talk to each other. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable and take a chance. And yeah, it's like for that situation, it was absolutely that. Absolutely. Um, but sometimes just like, yeah, yeah, it was, yeah, in that kind of situation that. But like in general, when you ask someone to be more precise about something or to repeat themselves or to use maybe another word or whatever, it just also shows that you actively listen to them and that you just didn't like it. You know what I mean? So yeah, yeah. Like earlier, he said he didn't want to help the other island and was like letting her deal with it. It's her job, whereas he was trying to depose her to replace her with a better ruler. Yeah, there were like a few weird things, but also at the same time, of course, you want to the emperor to make bad decisions or to make a decision that's going to lead to bad thing or that's going to lead to people um starting like a rebellion or being like unhappy about the decisions or unhappy about the results and things like that. But so like but they're always going to make decisions that are not going to make everyone happy. So in a way it's true that you have to let them deal with their decisions and because that's their position, but at the same time just waiting to replace them. I mean, at the end of the day, this book is war. Like the plot is like the war. I mean not the war, like it's very politic. You know what I mean? Like ruling and things and thing. I mean, not very politic, but you know what I mean? Like people, when there is a ruler, there are always people trying to stab them in the back and in front and on the side. You know what I mean? On every single side, someone's going to try to stab you and try to take your position. And also because from the outside, uh, the things that from the outside, as you are not making the decisions, as your emotions and everything um is not involved in it, you know what I mean? Like when you're in that position, you have to take into account everything, and you have to deal with your own opinion, with everyone else's opinion, and also the fact that you have emotions, you're scared and whatever, and you have to make a decision then. When you are not in that position and you see someone else making a decision, you always be like, oh, I would do that if I was in their shoes. Yes, that's what you think, but once in their position with all the emotions and all the different opinions and all the different perspectives and all the different consequences and everything you could risk, you will think twice before taking a certain decision, making a certain decision. You know what I mean? So yeah, never mind. I don't know why I took 5 minutes about that, but yeah. I'm very bad at communication. I come across as very abrupt and aggressive. Are you? I mean, you don't seem that way from the chat. Mostly, I'm just frustrated and impatient. Also, again, nothing wrong with it, especially because you're well aware of it. And again, if when like how can I say that? Oh, mosquitoes! I need to them. Um, but if people do know you, they will take it in a different way. And if people don't know you and then don't try to understand why you came across as abrupt and aggressive or whatever, that's on them. That's also what I learned during like the workshop I'm doing every Monday at the moment, whatever, like for work, is that when you are trying to be understood or when you give someone the possibility to understand you or to express themselves or whatever, it's a two-way thing. If there is only one person making the effort of having a conversation or trying to improve things or giving the other one space to express themselves, whatever, and the other one is not receiving it, There's nothing you can do. You cannot force it. And that's the same with people trying to understand you. If you seem like that, some people might try to understand why you did like that instead of taking it personally. Others will not. And I'm not saying you have to do it, you don't have to do it, blah, blah, blah. It's a whole thing. Like, it depends on the environment, it depends if you know the person, it depends if it happened like at the supermarket or whatever, you know. But yeah, again, I talk about something else. I love that Lynn confessed and was ready to accept the consequences of her actions instead of running away when she realized her family were constrict and she killed her aunt. Um, that's something also that I did like. And or was it? Like, I saw Lynn in a different way in this book. And I do love where Lynn is going, kinda. So yeah. Yeah, I love that. I love that. We do love people who are facing their consequences and who are like, yeah, I'm well aware of that and do whatever with me. Like, yeah. Lots of mosquitoes over here too. They come flooding into the house as the light goes away in the evening. Yes, especially because it was still 20 outside. So yeah, it's still too hot for them. I mean, not too hot, but you know, there are so many of them. But yeah, so from what I understand, there is no one we really disliked. We do love Lynn, personality, behavior, and way of acting. We did, even though some of the love thingy we're not the biggest fan of, we still love the majority of the people, which I like. Atmosphere, we got 2 8 and 1 6. Ooh. Um, I feel like I don't really have anything bad to say about like the atmosphere. I would go for 8, 7 or 8. Um so I don't really have anything specific to say, except that the atmosphere felt like kind of tense, of course, at some point. And I really felt like chaos could happen at any point. Like, the entire book, I was just like, okay, that's gonna flip around. Like, there's something, like, I always felt like whether it was through people's interactions or things happening, whatever, I was just like, okay, there's gonna be something now, there's gonna be something now, and I was like always at the edge, if that makes sense. But yeah, everything is closed with me right now, so Bloodsuckers. Yeah, I agreed. It wasn't cracked. I didn't like. Atmosphere 8 and covering Angala relics was ace, and the climactic battle was excellent. Yeah, I loved the. Also, at one point, who was it? Like, who said that again? Again, my brain doesn't work. Like, you both are like Angalas, whatever, and then was it? Who was it? And they're like, oh, I'm gonna stuff something in your mouth or whatever, but like they were thinking it, they were not like blah blah blah. And then the dude was like, or the person was like, yeah, but so am I, or whatever. Like, my brain is just like blanking now, but I just remembered those lines, and I just completely forgot the names. I have them, I know them. But yeah. Oh, we forgot to mention Ayash in the character section. What a little warrior and a massive reveal at the end. Spoilers. Wait, you can share it. You can share it. I think it was the warrior monk. Yeah. Zero atmosphere and oxygen for them. Love. Love it. Yeah, I cannot like I don't know how come. Usually I write the names of those person of characters are just like popping up and whatever. It was at the end. That person came like 70% in, like almost like where I am, a little bit before that. Um but I love that, like, so am I. Like, you first tell everyone you know, and also you taking the risk of getting killed because anyone could just kill you. So they're like, oh, well, you're dead now, so what? And then they reveal the thing. But yeah. Wait, what? You know that bag of food Ayesh was gathering? Oh my gosh, she's scaring me. Keep reading. Oh my god! Wait, what was that? No, don't tell me what. No. Wait, what was it? Okay, let's go. Next point. Atmosphere. Writing style. 2716. I don't have any complaint. I don't think I was like mesmerized by the writing style. It did work with the chapters and everything. But I was never like um wow. You know what I mean? Like how sometimes you can be like, wow, it's beautiful. Wow. I wasn't like that. Pulling everything together at the end, big battle, the cheer discussion was done, bro, fabulous atmosphere. Writing style 6, the romantic aspect was serious for me. Yeah. It was a light and easy read. Yeah, I do agree. Despite its size, it's readable. But yeah, absolutely light and easy. Characters from series I've seen read 20 years ago, locked and loaded characters from book series I just consume forever. That's a thing, right? It's always like that. I don't know why. I feel like, yeah, I don't know why. Oh, maybe it's because when it happened 20 years ago, we had time to talk and talk and talk and talk again about them. Well, when you've just read the book, you cannot have talked about them for, I mean, a lot. So that might be it. The plot. It's a mix here. We have 1 8, 1 7, and 1 5. Interesting. Um, I think that objectively speaking, I will go around like a 6 or a 7 because a little bit of the romance, because a little bit of those are like more tropes than, yeah, but 6 7. Like video games from yesterday, they were fewer and far between. You couldn't consume quite as much. Oh, couldn't. So I devoured again and again. Yeah, yeah. Plot 7, I assembled a crew, found some magic powers for the big bad, fairly straightforward yet interesting. Is Jess Team Salt again? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You think that was just point of view, like the 5? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. Oh, intrigued. We have the same. 1 8, 1 7, 1 5 kind of makes sense because in some books it's kind of hard sometimes to separate plot from the intrigue. So I would say yeah, kind of makes sense. Hmm. The logic 8 7 6. Hmm. So intrigue 8, Angala powers, weapons, magic was fascinating, and it left things hanging in a very nice way. Color me intrigued. Yes. Yes, there are still a few things we need to discover, a few things we need to learn about and discover and blah blah blah. I do love that. I do love that because it keeps us intrigued in a different way, like not just the characters, but about the things, how it's gonna wrap up. You know, I do agree with that. And the Angela powers are quite fascinating as well. I do like it. I think I prefer the plot of book 1, the plotting behind the Emperor's back, Joyce discovering his power. Now that you mention it, I think that in this one I did like prefer the character's dynamic and how I felt that at any point chaos could happen, like chaos could land and blah blah blah. But I think going behind the Emperor's back is something that does work really well in those kind of plots and storyline and everything for me. So Yeah. Yes. And discovering the powers. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, I think I do agree with you. Huh. See, I really did enjoy this book so much more than the first one. Yeah. I'm happy you did. Sometimes you need to give the second book a try. But again, if we don't feel like that, we should not do it because so many books, so little time. The mystery of Nisong. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, the one who gave a six was probably a Vulcan, so understandable, really. Aw. Agree with Cleo, especially Lynn, that Discover was absolutely fabulous. We still need to see if I was right about Mephi and the likes being linked to those mines and the sinking of the islands. Um, I think that's what, like, the thing is that the fact that we mentioned in the book a few times that it is linked to those mines, I feel like it's actually something else. Or it's actually something that is in the mines, but that are not the mines themselves. But just the fact that we mentioned it a few times in the mines does bother me. And we're like, oh, but that island, uh, like it's not risky, nothing is gonna happen because there are not mines over there, and blah blah blah. Like there is something. Maybe it's because I have issues or got betrayed by authors in the past, but I feel like there is something in repeating an information that you so want to people to believe, then sometimes means it's actually not that. It's like trying to lead you a certain way. Um, but I think it's something in the minds that are doing it, not the minds themselves. Does that make sense? If it's the minds. Lynn was the best perspective from book one, so I definitely enjoyed that a whole bunch. Yep, I see that. I think the minds are powered by the Mephi creatures. I'll call them Aslas because I can't remember the actual term. I call uh oh fuck, how did I call them? Axolotls? Axolotls? Axolot, like the animal, usually pink, with like little thingies or whatever, so cute. Axolot? Is it the same? Ocelot? Axolot? What's the name of it? Um, is it the actual name? I keep like messing up like Cleo. I like reinforcement of the world as I forget details, people, and places so easily. Good books seem to take their time to establish the world. Yeah. Yeah. Ocelot is a cat-like creature. Yeah, no, I know, but like the word, I thought of something. But also, when you say ocelot, is it like the Pokemon? Isn't there like a Pokemon? Maybe it's just a translation in French. You see the Pokemon that's kind of like brown, orangey kind of thing with a bone in his hand and like a skull on the head. Um, I think there. I don't know. Also, still waiting for the Ocelot turning into dragon. That's the point. I mean, there are dragons on the cover. Not the first one, but like Mudkips. It's easier to remember. Axolots. Yes, I don't. I call them axolots. So I'm glad I'm not the only one who did not use like a proper name. Um, but yeah. Then for enjoyment, we have 2 8 and 1 6. Absolutely fair. I did enjoy myself reading it. I just had to stop because I had to stop. But I did enjoy it. I think it's a light, as you said already, Tufty. It's a light and enjoyable read. Even though sometimes you're stressed or you wonder what's going to happen, it's not like a thriller or like you actually physically scared for them. Uh, I skipped logic, maybe. Oh, I'm sorry. Just said 7 for logic, 8 and 6. I might have skipped it. I'm sorry. Thank you for pointing that out. Logic 7, in visiting the islands and getting to know what they wanted. Was it that contrived? Do you see contrived? Contrived? He's saying up, he's eyeing up, so and so, therefore, smoochy moochy. I love the expression smoochy moochy. Smoochy moochy. I think it's the first one I heard that. This also smooshy. I have to write it down because I love that word. Like smooshy bushes. You said it a few times, and I really do love it. I think it's really cute. Smooshy butchies. I just love it. I had a much better time with this entry in the series than the first, as I'm sure has been made clear by now. Absolutely. I was happy knowing what was going on rather than having to figure it out. Yeah, maybe you missed logic. I don't know. Oh, okay. No, you didn't skip it. It led to my Vulcan joke, but anyone can miss it. Okay. Oh. Giggling away here at the joy over that phrase. I love that. Like, I love it. I love it. So we did enjoyment then. So overall rating, we have a 3. Um, and 2 4. I think mine will be a 4, but I will keep you updated on that. I think that, like, I don't really have complaints regarding the book, but yeah. Okay, so we have 2 comments. Too much romance for me. It kept dragging on and distracted from the main story. Yeah, I knew it would be like something. I enjoyed the recap at the beginning before. Oh yeah, 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 absolutely. I think it's something that should be included in books, lexic of all the characters' name and their like their relationships and where they are in the story, like some form of summary. I love to have at the beginning of a book, because the things that you never really have the time to actually reread the first book, you might have forgotten things, even forgotten names, even of the main characters and everything. So I feel like it's always nice to have like some kind of like recap. Sometimes it is like an entire different chapters that the author has written and everything. Sometimes it is through the character's point of view as well, like, because when you think about it, this book did not happen a long time after the event of the first book. So when it's done naturally, um, it also works really well. So it depends on how it is done, but I feel like any kind will be well appreciated. Um, 4 stars in the end, a good strong 4 stars, but not 4.5. Okay, no, fair, absolutely fair. I love it. I was cruising just below 4 for the bulk of the book, but the finale and all the new and dangling threads that you had left at the number of the line. Okay, I need to finish it. Okay, this has a recap, but I still felt like I missed some. Oh, there was a recap. I didn't know. You have much still to look forward to. Oh, yeah. Let us know on the forum when you look. Yeah, I will. Bag of food. I'm so intrigued. Bag of food. Oh, don't tell me it's a. Oh. Oh. I mean, full ethnic from NC. Kinda. Ooh. I particularly like that we read book 1 recently, so it was still fresh in mind. Yeah. Still fresh in mind, but I still have forgotten things. And about Geo. Oh my god. I will finish it. No, I don't. I don't. So I will finish it this week. So I will let you know this week. And but yeah. I still feel like we talked about the book for an hour, even though I have not finished it. Because I've read like 85% of it, something like that. Um you were also shocked, right? Yeah, I need to finish it. I need to finish it. I think it gives us um like a taste of what's gonna. Oh, do you think that the book three starts right where the second one finishes? Or is it like, ooh, I need to see. Of course, I'm gonna order the book three right away, because if I have to wait so long for the book to arrive, I would ask what just happened, where you got to, but I feel you have forgotten. I was where um that's when Lynn discovered that the other one was actually some kind of spy. Was it at that point? Because of the letter that they opened in front. I think that's where I was. Does that make sense? Yeah, I definitely continued immediately there. Ooh. Book three might have a bit of a time going between, as this one did, but not a lot. I don't think a lot, but yeah, maybe right away, maybe just like a few days after or something. So there was like when they opened the letter and they were like, oh, the seal is not exactly the same. No, it's a fake one, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, no, you're actually a spy. But why were you spying on me? Like you were spying the whole time. And then they were like, yeah, but I wrote a letter about things, but I did not send it. And then they were like, yeah, but if you wrote it, it means that you wanted to send it. So why didn't you send it yet? Oh, blah, 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 So I'm there. I'm there, and like, yeah, we're lying the whole time and blah 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 and things like that. So yeah, I'm at that betrayal. I have the big stuff. Yeah, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know. But yeah, that will be like on Discord, and I'm gonna express everything. Ah, but I'm so excited. Like as you can see, I just DNF'd it because I things happened, and I was just like, and also because of the change of schedule. You know, when you used to work from 3:30 or 4:30 p.m. till midnight, and then at once you have to start at or 10 a.m. or 7:30 a.m. and things like that, and it's not teleworking. I have to be there, whatever. Like my whole schedule, my whole head, and also personal things and blah 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 and blah blah blah. So many things happened. So I was just like not able to read, but I will finish it. Now I'm back to my regular schedule until beginning of November, because beginning of November I have a few more trainings and some morning shifts as well on the 13th, I think. But otherwise, I should go back to normal, and it should only get better and better because I'm finding the flow. So I won't be joining you for the October book. I decided that one wasn't for me, but I'll be back in November for the Luminous Death, which reminds me of, what is the book? Again. So we have, ooh, the Library of the Dead. Yeah, so we will be reading the Library of the Dead by T.L. Hushu. It's a young adult fantasy mystery horror paranormal. Yes, absolutely. So the Luminous Dead will be for November, so it's gonna be live show beginning of December, something like that. Absolutely. You do you. I love it. But I'm really looking forward to the Luminous Dead. I don't think we have spoiled it too badly for you either. It is dead quite heavily. Yeah, absolutely. You have not. You've been really. You have not. Even though I say I didn't mind. But if it's that big of a revelation, I will let you. I will read it and let you know how I feel about it. Just letting you all know, I'll be doing quizzes on my Readathon Discord. Next one will probably be this Saturday. Like Saturday coming? Ooh, what time? Okay, just like I will just activate all the notifications then. Okay. Ooh, is it like the one you did last time? Because I saw it and I was just like, ooh, I suck at it. I don't have any. But it was fun. I saw the people chatting and everything. I did not miss that one. But wolves, So we've read that one. The last one will be in December, so it's the Bone Shard War. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be exciting. So the next one is the Library of the Dead. So we are the 10th today. So the live show will probably be on. Mm, do we want a live show for the Luminous, the Library of the Dead on the 11th of November or the 4th? Let's aim for the 4th of November. Gives us 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. That's fine. And yeah, should be on the 4th at 8 p.m. CE. Oh, it's going to be CET then. Oh, is it still CEST? I think it's going to be CET. I don't know if we change the clock soon or not. But yeah, so the next one is the Library of the Dead that came out in February 2021. I'm excited about that one. A live show on the 4th of November, 8 p.m. CET, whatever the time zone we're on. And yeah. um oh, film festival in Kent. But that's a lot of fun. That is amazing. I will post that later. I'll be going guest the cartoon. Oh, cartoon. Okay, maybe I will be better at that one. I love it. Ooh, so so Sunday 29 for you. I think that we always do it a week before you. Um so or maybe not. Oh no. Oh, okay. So no. No, we're doing it at the same time. I thought we were doing it before, but yeah, we're doing it at the same time. So it will be November CET then, not CEST. This is still Guess the Anime 2, Guess the Live Action Show, and a mini DC quiz, and Name a Hero. Exciting. Thanks for the Baby Book. Baby Book Platter, folks, over and out. Yeah, thank you all for the chat. Thank you for reading it or not reading it with us, but still hanging out with us. But yeah, I will let you know on Discord as soon as I have finished the book with all my thoughts and everything. I hope you good. And I hope you will have a nice evening or day, whatever the time zone. The US is different in the US, I think. Yes. I think they do it later, like almost 2 weeks or 3 weeks after us. Yeah, that's maybe why I thought that the UK did it as well. I don't know. But and it always brings back the conversation we had years ago with the government who decided to stop with that time changing, but they cannot decide on which time to pick and to keep. So we keep changing time twice a year. It's not like it's that big of a deal, but yeah. But you all, thank you so much for hanging out a little bit with us, for talking about the book. I hope you're good. Take care. And yeah, thank you again. But yeah, I'm gonna stop ramble and free you. But wolves, take care and talk to you soon. Bye.